Hello, my name is Teran, and this is my research project assessing the environmental implications of autonomous vehicle data management. To begin, I will introduce the project and talk about the motivation behind it. During the past decade, autonomous vehicles, meaning vehicles that can drive themselves either fully or to an extent, have been coined as the future of transportation, with expectations of their adoption leading to safer and more efficient roads, as well as reducing greenhouse gas emissions. However, a key element is often overlooked in the literature of this field: data management. Data management of AVs consists of the collection, transmission, and safe storing of data by these vehicles, adding a source of energy consumption to transportation that did not exist previously. Though the numbers are scarce, experts estimate that AVs require 20 to 40 terabytes of data per day per vehicle, a significant amount. In order to better understand the environmental impact of AV adoption, this research project aims to quantify upper and lower bounds of energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions of AV data management. Now I will talk about the data and methodology. The main tool used for this research is an Excel-based AV data management environmental impact calculator, with data collected through literature review from various sources. The calculator is divided into three main subsections: data, energy, and emissions. The first subsection estimates the total AV data volume by considering the data generated per hour for various sensing components, such as lidars and cameras, as well as the total number of vehicles in a fleet and the time driven per day. The second subsection estimates the total data energy requirements by considering the energy required for sensing, computing, storing, and transferring data. It also includes a cybersecurity factor, which scales the total amount of energy by a constant factor to simulate the safekeeping of the data at more than one location. Finally, the third subsection estimates the GHG emissions from the energy value calculated prior, considering various combinations of energy sources in the energy grid. Moving on to the results. The following figures summarize the preliminary results from the project. Figure 1 plots the equivalent number of conventional vehicles added to US roads for different AV market share and data storage scenarios, to contextualize the amount of energy added to US roads due to AV data management. Similarly, Table 1 summarizes the total energy required and total emissions for 6 different combinations of market shares and amount of data kept in storage. The following section highlights some important results. The preliminary results show total emissions ranging from 0.19 to 26.3 million metric tons of CO2 emissions per year, with energy requirements ranging from 146 to 20,292 megawatts per year for AV data management alone. To contextualize, a scenario with 5% market share and 0.8% data storing would require 5.51% of the current energy generation, solar energy generation, and 0.24% of the current electric grid capacity. Focusing on the transmission and storing of AV data alone, this would constitute about 4.08% of the current US solar energy generation and 0.17% of the total electric grid. Finally, the conclusion and future steps. The results previously discussed evidently demonstrate the need for including data management in future AV lifecycle assessments, as the energy added is not negligible and could lead to unintended negative consequences in the adoption of AVs. This research is the first step in understanding the impact of AV data management. Further research should be conducted that includes a wider range of scenarios, considering factors such as length of data storage, various forms of information exchange, and data generation in different environments, to ultimately obtain more accurate results for the energy requirements and emissions of AV data management. Thank you very much.